you get all angry and all flustered and you can't remember how you said, and and you're all stuck for words, just like the example we just gave. You've forgotten what your writings, etc. have said, completely lost for words, right? So we find with Moses, our master, who had forgotten his original words. See Pesachim, page 129, Resh Lakish said, etc. And where do we find that Moses was irascible with his hearers? It is written, Numbers 31:14, and Moses was wroth, so he's pretty angry, pretty upset. Have you allowed all the females to live? And it is written, Ibid 16, behold, well, look, take note, through the counsel of Balaam. How so? Infer from this that this was the advice of Balaam given to Balak. These people, your enemies, are hungry for food and are thirsty for drink, as they have nothing but manna. Go and put up tents for them, place in them food and drink, and seat in them beautiful women, daughters of nobles, so that the people may turn to Baal Peor. This will be given in Sanhedrin in detail. Now from this we may draw a fortiori conclusion. What does that mean? That's maybe a solid conclusion or something, or fortified. I'm not too sure. That looks like Italian, so it might be a fortiori conclusion. A solid conclusion. Moses, our master, the wisest of the wise and the father of the prophets, at the time he became angry at his listeners, forgot his original words, so much the more would we commoners. From this we should learn how necessary it is to be careful and not irascible. Yes, it's like a Jewish rule or precept that says, now don't embarrass another Jew, because the blood rushes to his face, and supposedly it's compared to murder. You basically killed that guy with shame. So it's something you're not supposed to do, one Jew to another. Ben Azai says, be careful in the words that thy hearers shall not err through them. Yeah, words supposedly give off a frequency, etc., etc. We just came across that the other day. Ben Azai says, be careful in thy words that thy hearers shall not err through them, because they may take them one of two ways. And erect safeguards for the law. That means that one shall make a safeguard to his words as the Holy One, blessed be he, has done. Adam, the first made one to his, the Torah, the first human being made that came into his presence, was under him, etc., etc. The Torah made one to its words. Moses and Job likewise made safeguards to their words, and so also the prophets and hagiographers have all made safeguards to their words. The safeguard that the Holy One, blessed be he, made is this: Deuteronomy 29:23. Even all the nations will say, wherefore hath the Lord done thus unto this land? Okay, he's saying, like, so where's the evidence the Lord God has done this to this land? This is coming from all the non-Jews, the Gentiles, etc., the pagans, the heathens, asking that question. Infer from this that it was known beforehand to him, by whose one word the universe was created. The uncreated creator. He spoke and it came into existence. That the future generations will ask this. Therefore he said to Moses, write the answer for the future generation. Ibid 24:25. Then shall men say, because they have forsaken the covenant of the Lord, etc. That's the agreement between them and the Lord, or what God has made an agreement, etc. He's made with them or their people, their descendants, and they went and served other gods. Yeah, they turned their back on him and bowed down to them, gods which they knew not, and which he had not assigned unto them. Because he did say in 10 Commandments, thou shalt have no other gods before me, for I am a jealous God, and you've got to worship him and him alone. That was directly to the house of Israel, the Israelites. But they wanted to rebel. They didn't want him telling them what to do. They didn't like his authority. They didn't want someone ruling over them. So they took on everybody else's gods, pagan gods, heathen gods. And then God said to them, right, Chris, you've turned your back on me and broken all these commandments. I said, don't worship any other gods, just worship me. I'm the Lord your God who pulled you out of Egypt, freed you from there, liberated you from your oppressors, etc. And you did this. So I'm going to bring these foreigners in. They're going to invade your territory. They're going to take you captive, make you slaves, and you'll be under their yoke for so many years. And he's basically saying, well, after a period, I'll forgive you, you come back to me, and then we'll start all over again. So they did that. And then they freed them. So they realised, oh yeah, we need to turn back to our God. We've done them injustice. And then all was good until they did it again. Worship, they turned their back on him. Rebelled. Worshipped other heathen gods. Other foreigners and foreign lands gods. Etc, etc. So they went through the same process again until God got sick of it. He says, right, that's it. This is going to happen to you. You're going to be under my wrath, going to be near wiped out. And then he hands it over to the Judeans. Okay, you are the people that I've chosen to obey my commandments, do this, do that. And then they did the same thing as the Israelites. Were forgiven, they did it again, they did it again, they did it again. Until God got fed up with that. And he said, right, I'm going to send in these foreigners, be it the Assyrians or Babylonians, and they're going to kick your butt and take you into slavery. And you're going to be under their yoke for so many years. You'll come back after 10 years of cursing, whatever, be under my curse, whatever, and it'll be all good. You'll turn back to me, whatever. And that's what they did. But then they started to do it, the same thing over again, like the Israelites, until he got sick of it. Basically said, right, that's it. I'm going to send these people in to invade you, take you captive, make you their slaves, near wipe you out. Yeah, but it didn't mean that these Christians throughout the ages, the Roman Christians or any other Christians in there saying that the Jews lost their right of being chosen by God, etc, etc. They messed up, so no, we are the chosen. That's a load of phooey. Okay, even ask a Jewish a practitioner and they'll tell you that's a load of phooey. Okay, so Adam, the first safeguards to his word was thus, Genesis 2, 16, 17. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but don't touch the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. You shall not eat it, for on that day that you do, you'll die. You'll probably die not only the spiritual death, being severed, no longer in the presence of God, ousted out, and you'll die a physical death. We see then that Adam did not want to give Eve the exact words he received, but he added, Ibid 3:3, you shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die, in order that they should take care even not to touch the tree. So he's added to it, right? Because they were originally told, don't touch it, don't eat of it. But Adam's here has added, don't even look at it. Don't even touch it, basically. And don't eat it. So he's added to it. At that time, they should take care even not to touch the tree. At that time, the wicked serpent said to him, as it is impossible for me to make Adam stumble, for he himself received the words directly from God, right? I'll make Eve stumble, because she was like made from Adam, right? So he must have thought, well, okay, I can trick her. He sat by her and had a long conversation with her. He said to her, you say that the Holy One, blessed be He, has forbidden you to touch that tree. See, I'm touching it and I'll not die. And the same will occur with you. You can touch it, you won't die. Alright? Because Adam had added those words. Don't touch it. You don't go near it, don't touch it, and then don't eat it. And so he did. He arose and shook the tree, the devil, the serpent, with his hands and feet till the fruit fell down. According to others, the serpent did not actually touch the tree at all, because as soon as the tree saw the serpent, it stopped him and said, a tree actually spoke, "Oh, wicked one, do not touch me," as it is written, Psalms 36, 12. Let not come against me the foot of pride, and let not the hand of the wicked chase me off. Another explanation of the above passages that it has referred to Titus, who beckoned with his hand and struck the altar, saying, looks like that's in Greek, Wolf, thou art a king, and I am a king, come and engage with me in battle. How many oxen were slaughtered upon thee? How many heads of birds were pinched off on thee? How many messes of wine were poured upon thee? How much incense of spices was burned upon thee? Thou art the one who destroys the whole world, as is written, Isaiah 29:1. Woe to Ariel, the town where David dwelt. Add ye year to year, let the festivals come round in order. The serpent said again to her, Eve, if you say that the Holy One, blessed be He, told you are forbidden to eat off that tree, or eat that fruit off the tree, see, I eat it, and I didn't die. And you can do the same, and you won't die. So Eve said to herself, the injunctions of my master are unfounded. Okay, well, God said that if I touch it, or Adam said if I touch it, and if I eat it, I'll die. Okay, so this serpent ate it, and he didn't die. Nothing happened to him. So, God must have got it wrong. She then herself ate the fruit and gave it to Adam, and he too ate, as it is written, Genesis 3:6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, etc. With 10 curses was Eve cursed at that time, as it is written, Ibid 16, until the woman, he said, I will greatly... Okay, so basically God said, okay, because you've sinned, they played the blame game first. The serpent beguiled me, or the wife beguiled me, so I ate it. And the wife goes, it was that serpent. So they played the blame game. So to the woman, God said, I'll greatly multiply your birth pains and the suffering of thy bearing children, bring forth children. In pain they'll come forth, the children will come forth, and then you'll want to cling to your husband. He shall be your desire, and he shall rule over you. Okay, he shall be the authority figure over you.